I haven't actually played Infinity Nikki for a while now. It was the update with the housing update that I stopped playing, right? Like I've been getting increasingly frustrated with the game since 1.5. I've been waiting for Infinity Nikki 2.0 because I really want to see if this turns it all around. I don't actually have the highest hopes at this stage. With gacha games in general, a lot of them are just kind of content with like coasting, with, you know, flying under the radar, staying afloat, but not pushing the boundaries, you know? And that was the impression I got from Infinity Nikki. I think Infinity Nikki came out and it really was this amazing thing that a lot of people enjoyed. Very quickly, it settled into this like routine of just, okay, we're just gonna give you nothing. As early as 1.0, I felt this. I felt like Infinity Nikki was just not doing enough. And then 1.5 came around and it seemed like they were literally responding to the criticisms that people lobbied against it, which was that you guys aren't doing enough. We want more story. We want, you know, the Sea of Stars. So they were like, fine, we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you all at once. Co-op, story, it's here. And they did it terribly, right? You know, it was very buggy. It was poorly implemented. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people stopped playing because they felt betrayed by this game. And I don't blame them. I stuck with it for a little bit longer because I had hope. I had hope that like it seemed like they knew they'd, you know, messed up and they were working to fix it, but it just seemed like everything was too little too late. I am interested to see this 2.0 live stream, to see what is coming. Is it going to be like worth coming back to? It just remains to be seen if it's gonna be a whole new era for Infinity Nikki that really gets it back to what it could have been, or if it's just going to be more of the same. I'm not knocking anyone who likes Infinity Nikki for what it is, which is a very high quality dress-up game. But I guess when I first played Infinity Nikki 1.0, I was wanting more. I was wanting. There's nothing wrong with filler inherently. I just didn't like that Infinity Nikki was 1.0, all this main story, and then 1.1 to 1.11 just filler. I would like to see the 2.x era have more of a balance. 2.0 introduces all this story at once, but it's not the end of the story. You know, we still get more story and, you know, maybe not 2.1, maybe 2.1 is like a breather patch, but then 2.2 at least, right? That kind of thing. You know, the way Genshin kind of spreads out their story. You know, it doesn't have to exactly be the same, but I will say though, speaking of Genshin, the Molastria Wonderland update to Genshin really kind of made me appreciate Infinity Nikki a little bit better, because I feel like something Infinity Nikki did do very well was giving the players so much free clothing. You know, it's a dress-up game, and I feel like giving us all these options to dress up without having to spend anything, it really incentivizes you to keep playing, and then you're gonna want to spend money, right? I think that's much better and long-term player-friendly than what Genshin did. I mean, you know, maybe it's different for Genshin because Molastria Wonderland is like a side mode, but I was very underwhelmed with it. I have actually seen on TikTok, like, that's how I found out that Infinity Nikki 2.0 was coming out. I saw this TikTok about the free outfits we're getting in this update. They all look fantastic. You know, there's clearly issues with monetization in Infinity Nikki. It's clearly underperforming. I would say that. But despite that, they've never stopped being generous with rewards and free stuff in the game. There are other problems with the game, you know, free shit and free gacha pulls. It's not the end-all be-all, but it is nice that I feel like Infinity Nikki is, I would say, one of the most generous gacha games out there. You know, does that excuse all the issues? No, of course not. But it is something to consider, I think. I'm gonna wait to like return to Infinity Nikki for 2.0, because I feel like in the past I've returned to games before the big update, the anniversary, whatnot, and gotten burnt out before the big thing arrived. So I think for Infinity Nikki, I'm gonna try and just wait it out and just start playing when 2.0 is here, which is in a couple of days. It's not that much longer to wait. love the bob. Oh my god, I love this little mushroom guy. What the heck? That's cute.
It's me again. That's right, here's Johnny. I'm so happy to once again have
Last
the
time I saw
opportunity
Johnny was the
to represent
1.5
the team
update.
at
I'm
Infinity
getting...
Nikki and talk to you about
I'm
all
on
the
guard
new content
now.
coming your
I don't want to get
way
my hopes
in
up
version
again, you know?
2.0.
Yes, archery. I did hear about the archery. We're getting a new like combat system in Infinity Nikki with the archery. I wonder how it'll go on controller. Oh, we got web slinging too. The thing about Infinity Nikki is that it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Ooh, a man? They got men in Infinity Nikki now? That's crazy. Styling factions upgrade. Oh my god, finally! Finally! Yes! That's what I want to see. The styling battles in 1.0 was so fun, and I don't know if they'll be able to make them as fun as they were in 1.0 though, because like we have too many clothes now. Especially me. Free birthday outfit. Ooh. Looks really nice.
I've got so many questions. Is this still the Infinity Nikki we know and love?
Not to worry, we'll be diving into all of that and more.
I don't want it to be the same Infinity Nikki. I want it to be better.
To aid her in combat.
Oh.
They'll fight alongside her, actively attacking or providing support.
Don't tell
based on the
Nintendo about
situation.
this.
So Nikki,
I would really like for Infinity Nikki to like be a game worth recommending again. When I first played 1.0, I really was like, yes, everyone I know, please play this game, you'll love it. And I feel like that was a mistake in hindsight.
Crystal clear ring, within which countless strands of fate are intertwined. This ring
Oh,
harnesses the power of destiny's flow, conjuring radiant light
okay.
that effortlessly drives back any foe.
It'd be interesting
Her
to
combat
see
style flows in harmony
comparisons
with the theme of
to see
fate,
if this ability is
whose action
actually
threads
better or
forward
if
by
it's
the
just an
hands of
animation
destiny,
change.
bringing the battle firmly under her command.
It kind of looks like it could be better. I know it's just a niche novelty to marketing, but I miss when games had presentation to announcement and updates instead of just a Twitter post. Yeah, I can agree with that. We like to have fun here. I like to get hype. Crash out when you don't get your way. Exactly! That's what it's about. It's about high highs and low lows. We don't do emotional regulation here. So far, it doesn't really feel like the start of a new era so much, but maybe that's just me.
Our new S-Lings are unmistakably from this land.
Oh my
Their
god!
unique designs exuding the
Love his
lively
face!
spirit of the forest. Not only do they appearance, but
Oh,
every
yes!
type of S-Ling comes with its own special trait.
They're so
For
cute, what the
example,
heck?
The earthbound quick
Okay,
thinking,
this looks
moving
fun.
at just the right moment to overcome the many obstacles that lie ahead.
This is what I
As the
like to
battle
see. I love
progresses,
the like
Cyrus will encounter heart-pounding
cinematic
chases and
set
high-altitude
piece
duels.
gameplay. I
Every
feel like
decision is
Infinity
crucial,
Nikki
and victory can
is
hang on a
perfect
single
for that kind of
decisive
thing. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Infinity Nikki 2.0. It doesn't feel like much has changed yet. You know, I was kind of hoping for this big change, and instead it feels like more of the same kind of thing. I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. I just mean like, you know, I'm happy to play it and be pleasantly surprised, right? I would love that. I feel like this live stream did what Infinity Nikki usually does, which is like it focused heavily on like, here are all the rewards we're giving. I would like for there to be more to it. I really enjoy games where you're able to dress up, so that's, you know, what drew me to Infinity Nikki in the first place. But what made me stay for so long was just 1.0 absolutely killed it. I really liked the story kind of gameplay loop of going to the different locations, finding more out about the mystery, which, you know, in 1.0 the mystery was about the coma incidents, the miracle outfit, what's going on with that. I did appreciate at the time how 1.0 had a start and end to that little arc, so that at the end of 1.0's story, you're not left waiting like, oh my god, what's going to happen? You feel satisfied. In hindsight, it kind of was a bad thing for the game's longevity, because after that we just got all these updates that just didn't add anything to the story, you know? It felt like filler. Even the Sea of Stars, which I feel like is supposed to move the story forward, it's supposed to be new story, like new main story content that's explaining more about the lore and about Nikki, but it felt like a step backwards. I think a lot of people still consider it a retcon. I sort of consider it that way too. It may not technically be like a retcon. I think it's really a shame that they never really addressed those criticisms adequately to me. I think they assured us, okay, the dress is coming back, but it never addressed like the story elements that were changed. I feel like there was a story going on involving Nikki's mother, and that created a lot of intrigue for me, and that has been removed. A lot of my motivation for continuing to play Infinity Nikki, for continuing to figure out like, oh, what's going on here, it kind of got sucked out. You know, like give us a reason to look forward to updates and give us a reason to keep playing, as opposed to, you know, having a story that starts and ends in 2.0. But we'll have to see, because it didn't really seem like we got confirmation in this special program about like what we're really gonna get, you know? So I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm gonna give it a go, but I don't feel like my concerns have been really assuaged, and I guess maybe because of how badly 1.5 let me down, that was never gonna happen. They did announce in this live stream that we're getting more styling challenges, right? So I'm kind of cautiously excited for those, because on one hand, I think I was having the most fun I had in Infinity Nikki in 1.0 with the styling challenges, you know, really trying to, you know, beat everyone, and after beating them all to get the miracle outfit stuff, I wanted to get the perfect rating. And at the time, it was a challenge because you only had so many items, you only had so much stamina to farm the glow up materials. I just wonder if if they're going to be a challenge to me at all. I can imagine them not being a challenge to me, because I'm sure they don't want them to be inaccessible to new players, right? Like, unless the new outfits in this new region like really power creep the old outfits in terms of score, which I don't think I would mind if Infinity Nikki did that. Maybe people would hate that, but I don't think I would mind, because I feel like when you pull outfits in this game, you don't really pull them for the score. You pull them because they look pretty and you want to add them to your wardrobe. So if they like increased the power of the new outfits compared to the Wishfield outfits to be like substantially better, and like you can't beat the styling challenges with the old outfits, that might be a good way to do it. I don't know. I don't know if long-time players would hate that, but I think I would like it, because I would like the challenge to come back. I would like to have a reason to, you know, collect all the new outfits and craft them and stuff. I would like to have a reason to do that and try and glow them up and stuff. I think that would be fun. I would kind of hate if, you know, I go to this new area and I start doing the styling challenges, and every single one I just hit recommended and I don't even think about it and I just win. And so if they just made it so like the new outfits, the new craftables, the new free outfits and stuff, if they made it so those are like, I want to say like 10,000 points higher than all the other outfits or whatever, that might be good for the game. I don't know though. I don't know what they're gonna do. In 1.0, we got the styling challenges, and they were for like different parts of Wishfield, right? And I was really expecting like every so often we get a new area and we get all these new factions and then a new sovereign to fight. I was really expecting that and disappointed we didn't get it. They didn't do that, but they did add other styling challenges, and they just became really easy. The mirror crown thing, sometimes I didn't get all the stars in that, right? But it was, I don't really consider the mirror crown like content the way the styling challenges were, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess at the end of that live stream, I don't know what to think. I really need to just wait for the update to come out to really see what it's gonna be like, if it's gonna be good, because I'm kind of stumped, you know. And you know, maybe it's because I've become jaded after so many like disappointments. I feel like Infinity Nikki has had this issue where they show all this stuff in the trailer and it makes you think, oh my god, this trailer looks so good, and it's just one small part of what we're gonna get. But then you play the game and you realize, no, actually the trailer was everything we're gonna get. Because like Dancing Season, for example, I feel like that looked really cool in the trailers, but then when the update came out, it was like, oh, that's it. You showed off everything in the trailers. You didn't leave anything for us to explore and discover ourselves and be excited about. I hope 2.0 is different, and I hope 2.0, the way it ends, kind of gives hope to, you know, 2.1 and beyond being more interesting, because if not, I guess I'll quit the game again, right? I don't know. I've been falling out of gachas, in and out of gachas all year, right? In and out. You know, like I kind of recently returned to Genshin, and I'm getting burnt out with it again, and I feel like, you know, maybe that's just how it is with returning to gacha games. They don't really do enough to incentivize you to return to them. And Infinity Nikki is a game that, like, if 2.0 continues the trend that the 1.x era set, if the 2.x era is similar to the 1.x era, where 2.0, you get this story content, you get new stuff to do, it's a big celebration, so there's all these rewards. The next 11 patches are mid and filler, but then 3.0 is amazing again. It's like, maybe this is just a game that you play once a year. But I mean, I'm sure they don't want that, right? They want players to log in every day, so I just hope they give us a reason to. Alright, well, I feel like I've probably said all I need to say about Infinity Nikki. I don't know if anybody cared, but that's fine. You know, I'm streaming for me today.